Hi friends, you welcome to Shyam Institute. We will discuss today's current affairs. Have a look at this one. Have a look at the key areas here. 26 Rafale M jets. Rafale M jets from France. We are buying these Rafale jets. RBI cuts the repo rate by 25 basis points or 0.25%. 13,000 runs in a T20 cricket. Krishna Memorial Open Tennis title and inaugural edition of the Rugby Premier League in India. So these are the concepts then we are going to discuss. Then we will move forward. Have a look at this particular one. Chittorgarh, a Chittorgarh fort. You can look at this fort. Recently this particular fort was in news. Recently it is in news actually. This fort is located in Rajasthan. It is located in Rajasthan and this fort belongs to the 7th century and this Chittorgarh fort was the capital for Mewar kingdom. Mewar or Mewad kingdom. So then this was invaded by Alauddin Khilji, and then he defeated the queen of that particular Mewad. By the time the queen was Queen Padmini, and then he won this particular fort, and then this women simply then she went for self-immolation. She passed away. So then she committed suicide, and then this particular place belongs to Rajasthan, Chittorgarh fort. So why this particular fort is in news? Why we are discussing this fort? The reason behind this one is recently Supreme Court announced that in and around this particular fort which is located in Rajasthan, which has got a very good history, the Supreme Court announced to the state of Rajasthan saying that you are not allowed to commit any kind of mining activities in and around this particular fort, and then within the 10 kilometers radius of this, then no private or public no organization is allowed to mine here. That is the context. That is why this fort is in news we have. So the reason is that Supreme Court given a word to the state government of Rajasthan saying that don't allow any mining company to dig or to do any kind of exploration activities near and here to this particular fort. That is the context. Okay, so that's the reason it was in news. So which is located in Rajasthan we discussed, and then which belongs to the 7th century. So finally which was almost completely demolished during the invasions of Alauddin Khilji, and then Padmini, the Queen Padmini, Chittorgarh queen, or we can say Mewad queen, she self-immolated, immolation, she lead to the self-immolation by the time. That is the context. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one. 13,000 runs in T20 cricket, 13,000 runs. So this is the special feat in general. Only one Indian has reached this, has achieved this particular feat, that is Virat Kohli, the first Indian who crossed 13,000 runs, 13,050 runs, the first Indian. But like the record already, the first record was there on there on the name of Chris Gayle. This is T20. Don't forget T20 cricket, highest runs, maximum runs record, more than 13,000 runs record. So Chris Gayle first achieved this particular event. He belongs to the West Indies. he is a West Indian player, and then 14,562. He is the player then who crossed 13,000 runs first in T20s, and then second total innings were 455. During 2005 to 22, then he reached this particular target, and second person Alex Hales, who belongs to England, 13,610 runs in 490 innings. Third person Shoaib Malik, Pakistan, 13,557 runs in 514 innings. And the next one is Pollard of West Indies, 13,537 in 617 innings. But this record won by Virat Kohli in very less innings compared with all these. There is 386 innings. 386 innings, 13,050 runs. 50 runs. So that is a part. Even Sachin is not there in this. Sachin is not there in this particular list. Virat Kohli is the only Indian who achieved this particular feat. Okay, that is a point. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one. Krishna Memorial Open Tennis title. Krishna Memorial Open Tennis title. This was won by the famous England tennis player Oliver Crawford. England player. He won this particular tennis title then, which was held at Bengaluru, Karnataka. This particular open title, tennis title, generally then is a memorial tennis title on the name of the Krishna, ex Chief Minister of Karnataka and famous politician. On his name, this particular event is conducted every year. So this time then owned by Oliver Crawford, which was held at Bengaluru, Karnataka. So in a Krishna stadium, Krishna tennis court, that was conducted. Okay, that's the point. Moving to the next one, inaugural edition of the Rugby Premier League in India. Inaugural edition of the Rugby Premier League. We call it as RPL, Rugby Premier League. We are familiar with the IPL, Indian Premier League, KPL, Kabaddi Premier League. This is the next one, is RPL, Rugby Premier League. This is the first time in India, which is going to held from June 1st to 15th at Odisha. This one, Rugby Premier League, RPL, Rugby Premier League, which is going to conduct in Odisha, June 1st to 15th. That's one. Moving to the next one, RBI cuts repo rate by 0.25%. RBI cuts repo rate. Repo rate, repurchasing option we call repo rate, that is a 0.25% deduction. At present, it is at a 6.25% repo. With the deduction of 0.25%, it may reach to the 6%. So repo will be at 6%. With this particular deduction, repo will be at 6%. Generally, this decision takes by this interest rates cut or interest rate increment decision takes by Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, which comprises of 6 members, but this is the first time 6 members accepted for this particular deduction of 25 basis points. 25 basis points, BPS we call. 25 basis points is nothing but 0.25%. 50 basis points means 0.50%. 75 basis points means 0.75%. Likewise. So here this was the decision by MPC, Monetary Policy Committee. This Monetary Policy Committee, one member is RBI governor. Out of 6 members, one person is RBI governor. So they were taken this particular decision of reducing the rate of interest. reducing the key rate repo 0.25%. So with this repo rate reached to 6%, and reverse repo stood at a 3.35%, bank rate at a 6.50, and MSF marginal standing facility at 6.25%. These are the other percentages we have, other percentages. So then if you observe this one, so what is the need of reducing this particular interest rate? And that too, this is the second time Sanjay Malhotra, the new RBI governor, Sanjay Malhotra's second rate cut. Yes or no? First cut was on Feb 2025, 25 basis points deducted, and the second cut April 2025 with the 25 basis points. The new RBI governor's decision this is. So likewise, how many times a monetary policy committee can deduct or can increase these interest rates in a year? 6 times. 6 times it can increase or decrease here, 6 times. First one is at April every year. Financial year starts from April. So first April, second will be at June, a third will be at August, fourth will be at October, next one will be at December, and the sixth will be at February. So likewise, like this, 6 times in a year RBI can change these interest rates. It may be increment or decrement or stable. So from the stable condition to it started changing the rates. That is the context here. So what are the consequences of this one? How it affects the market? With this particular rate cut, the inflation comes down. Inflation estimated 4.2%. It may come to 4%. This is the one condition. And GDP expected to grow at 6.7% base for 25-26, 6.7%. Due to the recent tariffs of America, there is a chance of decreased interest rate of decreased GDP rate of 20 to 40 basis points, so that it may reach to 6.5%. It may reach to 6.5% for the year 25-26 is the forecasted number. Estimation, it's the estimation, 6.5%. And earlier 24-25 as well, 24-25 our GDP was at a 6.5% growth. We have seen 6.5% growth. That's the context. So here I am moving to the moving with some more points. Have a look at this one. And this particular point, if you observe, who get benefited with this interest rate? Beneficiaries we call. Beneficiaries are the businessmen get benefited, individuals as well. The benefit, then if you observe, the demand for the loans will increase. Demand for loans will increase. This is the one condition. The investments also increase. Employment facilities as well increase. These are the advantages. And then if you observe EMI, equated monthly installment will fall, because the rate cut, if the rate of interest is decreased, rate of interest is reduced, in that case like equated monthly installments comes down. That is the context. Moving to the next one, have a look at the present policy rates. Present policy rates 2025 April 10th. So then if you observe repo rate Earlier it was 6.25%. With the 25 basis points reduction, it reached to 6%. Repo rate, repurchasing option, earlier it was 6.25 and it reached to 6%. And the next one, reverse repo, earlier it was 3.35, there is no change, so it's at 3.35%. And the other key rate we have, marginal standing facility, MSF. MSF earlier it was 6.50% and it reached to 6.25 with the 25 basis points reduction. 25 basis points reduction. And the fourth and most important one, that is a long term rate, we call it as a bank rate, 6.502, earlier 6.50%, it reached to 6.25 with the reduction of 25 basis points. Except reverse repo rate, the other three rates are, three interest rates reduced 25 basis points. So 25 basis points is nothing but 0.25%. So repo rate stood at 6% now, reverse repo 3.35 and MSF 6.25 and bank rate 6.25. So earlier in 2020 the rates were changed after 5 years, then in 2025 the interest rates reduced first time in February 25 and the second dose April 25. In these two times they reduced 25 basis points, that is 0.25%. This is all about the present policy rates. Moving to the next one, have a look at this one. Look at this 26 Rafale M jets from France. India going to buy this particular Rafale M jets from France. It is a deal of 60,000 crores, 63,000 crores plus approximately 64,000, nearly 64,000 crores. So then this deal was confirmed by India and then France had to confirm. Once it is confirmed, this particular agreement go of 5 years tenure to provide these all Rafale M jets to the India. So how many jets? 26 Rafale fighter jets, Rafale M fighter jets, 26 number. These Rafale M fighter jets also called Dassault Rafale fighter jets, both are same names. Don't get confused if they have asked Dassault is a company name, Rafale fighter jets, both are same. Already then we have got a 36 from France, this is the new deal 26, altogether it becomes a 62 jets we are buying from France, that's fine. So then what is the specialty of this fighter jet? We can use this for naval activities, Navy as well as Air Force. These can be used for Navy as well as Air Force. So likewise only France is having this particular capability, then which can be these jets can be used in a naval purpose as well as Air Force purpose. And then these can carry 9.5 tons of weapons or oil tanks, whatever required. 9.5 tons of it can carry 9.5 tons of weapons or oil tanks or whatever required. So that is the capacity of this particular one of 9.5 tons. Naval and Air Force base it can handle. So then if you observe Indian aircraft carriers, we have got aircraft carriers, India's famous aircraft carriers like INS Vikramaditya and Vikrant. These two are India's aircraft carriers By using these aircraft carriers, we can use these jets. On those aircraft carriers, we can use these particular jets. That is the advantage. And then if you observe this one, these particular jets, marine model. M stands for marine here. Marine is nothing but is related to naval. It's related to water. Okay, marine. So Rafale marine model. India is spending around 63,000 crores plus for this particular 26. This is second phase of 26 Rafale M fighter jets. 63,000 crores plus. That is a point. And then out of these 26, 22 are single seater based and 4 are double seater ones. That is the one case, one condition. So these are M jets from France we have got, and then these replace these fighter jets replace MiG-27K model, MiG-27K jets which we bought from Russia earlier. So then these advanced France Rafale M fighter jets replace MiG-27K fighter jets. That's a context. Moving to the next one. Yeah, have a look at this one. 3 important days are there on April 10th we have. April 10th we have 3 important days. One is Mahavir Jayanti. Mahavir Jayanti. 24th Tirthankara. 24th Tirthankara. Anyways, Mahavir Jayanti is observed on April 10th, one way. And World Siblings Day. World Siblings Day is observed on, Siblings Day is also observed on April 10th. And the third one is World Homeopathy Day. World Homeopathy Day, this was asked several times. World Homeopathy Day is observed on April 10th. It was the 10th was the birth anniversary of famous medical special doctor, that is Samuel Hahnemann. Samuel Hahnemann. Samuel Hahnemann, very famous person. So for the year 2025, the theme for the World Homeopathy Day is Adhyayan, Adhyapan, Anusandhan. Adhyayan, Adhyapan, Anusandhan. That is the meaning. Education, practice and research. Education, practice and research. Adhyayan, Adhyapan, Anusandhan. That is a context. Okay. So that is a theme for 2025 year for homeopathy. Indian government also, then if you observe, then they introduced a ministry, a special ministry for this traditional medical system, that is Ayush we call. Ayush, you might heard about this one. Ayush ministry also there for us, for India, Ayush. Ayush stands for Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. These are Indian traditional medicine systems. Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy. That is the one. Okay, this is all about today's current affairs. Then we will meet in the tomorrow session with the continuation of this one. Thank you and all the best.